meet your new classmate. He is no stranger to game shows. In fact, he won over $3 million on Jeopardy. He graduated from Seoul Foreign School in Seoul, South Korea. Welcome, Ken Jennings. Ken, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
We're very excited. Look at this. This is Ken Jennings in the 5th grade.
The scary thing is I think I still have the same haircut.
Yeah.
So.
Now, you won over $3 million on Jeopardy? You must have gone crazy. Did you splurge?
We did a few things. We went to Europe. I bought a home theater, but most of it's pretty safely invested, for retirement or the kids' college,
You are a smart guy.
Yeah.
Well, maybe today we can make a little mad money. You can have a little bit of fun.
That's right. This is money for me. This is fun money. So,
Fun money.
My wife wants a new kitchen,
A new kitchen. You really know how to have a good time, kid.
We party at night.
All right, well, let me tell you how it works in this classroom. We're going to give you 10 subjects. They range from 1st grade through the 5th grade. You get all those right, we're going to give you an additional question that will be worth $1 million, all right? Now, Ken, unlike some game shows, you don't have to answer the questions here by yourself. We've got some help for you. These 5th graders are going to be taking the same test, and we're going to let you cheat off of them. There's some good news. Let me introduce them. In the back, we have Jonathan, Jenna, Olivia, Bryce, and Francesca. All right, Ken, choose one of them and let's get started.
Let's go with Jenna. How about you?
Jenna, come on up here.
Right here.
Jenna, have you ever watched Jeopardy?
Yes, I have.
It's a very hard show.
I know.
Who do you think's smarter, me or Ken?
You're funnier.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. You should run for office. That was a very good answer. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's find out, is Ken Jennings smarter than a 5th grader? All right, Ken. 10 subjects on the board. Jenna, if you had to help him with a couple, what would you suggest?
Probably spelling, animal science, and world geography.
Spelling, animal science, and world geography.
I like spelling, too. I think we're going to go with spelling.
Spelling. All right, 2nd grade spelling. The 2nd grade spelling question worth $1,000 is this. How many times does the letter S appear in the following word? Success. How many times does the letter S appear in the following word? Success. Your classmate, Jenna, has locked in her answer.
How many times does the letter S appear in the word success? So I'm feeling pretty good about this.
Okay.
I think it's S-U-C-C-E-S-S. So 1 at the beginning, 2 at the end. I'm feeling pretty good about 3 S's in success.
Okay. You want to lock that in?
Yeah, I'm going to say 3, and I'm going to lock it in, Jeff.
You said 3. How many times does the letter S appear in the following word? Success. Take a look at the board, Ken. 1, 2, 3. You're absolutely right. You got $1,000. All right. Now, we got a little ways to go, right?
Yeah.
Because $1,000 is not what you came here to win. Let's double it right now and play for 2. Pick another subject.
What do you think about English?
I like animal science and world geography better.
I want to play to Jenna's strengths, but I feel really strong about English, and I'm a little scared of the one she likes, so I think I'm going to go English.
English, all right. Just makes me proud to say you're a little scared of anything in this classroom. 1st grade English, it's worth $2,000. Listen carefully. Here's the question. Won't is a contraction of what 2 words? Won't is a contraction of what 2 words? Jenna has locked in her answer very quickly.
That's good. That's what we like to see. Won't is a contraction of what 2 words? So if you say,
I won't leave here till I win $1 million.
There we go. I like the way you're thinking. That would mean, like, I will not leave here without the $1 million. So that must mean won't is a contraction of will not. I think I'm feeling good enough about will not that I'm gonna lock it in. Will not is the answer.
Won't is a contraction of what two words? You said will not. 5 out of 5 fifth graders agree with you. You're all right. You got $2,000. Nice job, Jenna. Doesn't it make you feel a little better, too, to have people that have your back here?
You know, at Jeopardy, the person at the next podium, they hate you. They're gunning for you, you know? This is a lot friendlier.
You have $2,000, all your cheats left. Pick another classmate. Let's keep going. Bryce, come on up here. There's 8 subjects on the board. 1 first grade, 1 second grade, the rest are 3rd, 4th, and 5th. What do you think, Bryce? What subject scares you the most up there?
Probably measurements.
Measurements.
Huh. Yeah, I don't like those either.
Does that scare you the most?
Too much like math, yeah. And you know, animal science, that's the one at home where I always just struggle. Even if it's an easy one, I'm always screwing up the animal science at home.
Really?
Yeah. What do you like? What do you like up there?
Social studies.
I like social studies too.
Social studies, all right. First grade social studies is worth $5,000. The question is this. What is the name of the monument in the following picture? What is the name of the monument in the following picture? Bryce has locked in his answer. You know what? I've never noticed this before. That's a little scary. All right. What is the name of this monument, Ken?
I don't see how that could not be Mount Rushmore. So I'm going to lock that in. This is Mount Rushmore, Jeff.
Of course it's Mount Rushmore. You got $5,000. Woo! Bryce had you covered, too.
Very nice, Bryce.
All right, you got $5,000. Ken Jennings, who has won over $3 million on game shows, is about to play for $10,000 when we come back. Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Our contestant, you might recognize this face, is Ken Jennings, who won over $3 million on Jeopardy. He's already won $5,000 here today. Now, Ken, I know you got some folks here rooting for you. You want to introduce them to everybody?
Yeah, I brought my wife, Mindy, and next to her, our 5-year-old son, Dylan.
Hey, Dylan, how are you? Now, Mindy, are you a game show nut like he is as well?
I am.
And you actually do watch Fifth Grader at home?
Yeah, we've been watching
Does
it.
Dylan, do you watch Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Yeah, I actually do.
Yay, very cool. That is awesome. How you think Dad's doing so far?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. He is doing pretty good.
Thank you.
Now, Ken, you've already won $5,000, but I know in your head there's a number that you want to get to. You want to get at least to 175 because if you win $132,000 today, you will become the biggest money earner in TV game show history. How about that? You're in the number 2 spot. Who's number 1?
My friend Brad Rutter, who kicked my behind on Jeopardy.
And your buddies too?
Yeah, we get along great. He's a great guy, but I'd like to, not only be smarter than a 5th grader, but maybe a little smarter than Brad Rutter.
All right. We got a little work to do. You got $5,000. This next question's worth $10,000. Pick another subject, Ken.
So you said you like geography, is that right?
I like geography and any social or cultural.
Okay. Me and Bryce both like world geography, so we're going to go 3rd grade world geography.
All right, 3rd grade world geography. For $10,000, here's the question. True or false? The country of Madagascar is an island located in the Pacific Ocean. True or false? The country of Madagascar is an island located in the Pacific Ocean. Your classmate Bryce has already locked in his answer. You ever been to Madagascar?
I haven't, Jeff. How is it?
I've never been there either.
So I don't know much about Madagascar, but luckily, if I'm remembering this right, I used to like maps when I was a kid. I was a big fan of maps. And if I remember right, Madagascar is like east of Africa. And if it's east of Africa, it can't be in the Pacific Ocean, because Africa doesn't border the Pacific Ocean. That's like the Indian Ocean over there on that side. So I'm pretty sure Madagascar is in the Indian Ocean, which would make this false. I'm feeling pretty good about that, actually. I'm going to say false, and I'm going to lock that in.
Ken.
Yes, sir.
Jenna in the classroom has the right answer. True or false, the country of Madagascar is an island located in the Pacific Ocean. You said false. Jenna said false. It's in the Indian Ocean. You got $10,000. Your buddy Bryce had false as well. Good job, Bryce.
Thanks, guys.
All right, this next one's a big number. If you had missed one of these questions, you would have left with 0. You get this next one right, you're going to walk out of here with at least $25,000, which will go a long way towards a new kitchen, right, Mindy? Right. All right, pick another classmate. Let's see if we can do it.
Let's go with, how about Olivia?
Olivia.
Right here. Good luck, Olivia.
All right, if you won $1 million, what would you do with it? Because I'm thinking it's not going to be a new kitchen.
No.
What would it be?
A huge flat screen.
A huge flat screen.
Wow. That's a girl after my own heart.
All right, we have 6 subjects on the board. Ken, pick your poison.
What do you think here? What do you like here?
I like 4th grade cultural studies and animal science.
Wow. Okay, even though I think it might be sort of my weak point here, I think I'm going to go with animal science.
2nd grade animal science. Ken, true or false? Polar bears are mammals. True or false? Polar bears are mammals. Olivia has locked in her answer.
True or false? Polar bears are mammals. I am pretty relieved to see an animal science question that I know. That was a great, great moment. I don't know if I was ever as relieved on Jeopardy as I just was right there. I don't know. But yeah, polar bears have fur. They are mammals. I think all bears are mammals. So this has to be true. You know, the longer you go, the more nervous you get about even the things you think you know for sure. But I'm pretty sure about this one. Polar bears are mammals. True, and I'm going to lock it in.
You, sir, have $25,000. You're exactly right.
That's a relief.
We're halfway to the $1 million question, Ken. What do you think?
Wow. Do you like any of the 3rd or 4th grade ones? What do you think?
I like cultural studies.
You know, I sort of like cultural studies too when I'm watching at home. I think I'm feeling good about Olivia's cultural studies. Let's go with that.
4th grade cultural studies. All right. The 4th grade cultural studies question worth $50,000 is coming up right after this. Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? Our contestant Ken Jennings won over $3 million on Jeopardy! He has already won $25,000. No reason not to answer this one because you're not giving any money back even if you miss it. You picked fourth grade cultural studies. It's worth $50,000. Listen carefully, here's the question. Built in the 1600s, the Taj Mahal stands in the city of Agra in what country? Built in the 1600s, the Taj Mahal stands in the city of Agra in what country? Classmate Olivia has locked in her answer. You ever been to the city of Agra?
I haven't, or Madagascar. You're making me look bad.
Yeah, you got to win a little money so we can travel a little bit.
Taj Mahal stands in the city of Agra. In what country? So I've never been to the Taj Mahal, but thank goodness I have seen a lot of movies. The Taj Mahal is in India, Jeff. And even though I've never been there, I'm going to lock that in India.
All right, let's see if Olivia can save you. Take a look at the board. Olivia said India. She cannot save you.
That's okay, I feel good.
You ought to feel good. You got $50,000. How about that? Nice job, Olivia. All right, only 4 subjects between you and the $1 million question. You have 2 classmates yet to choose from. Pick one of them.
Let's go with Francesca.
Francesca.
Right here.
Woo. You get nervous? I always get nervous when it starts getting this high up, don't you? Yeah. And this makes me laugh. You are scared of the 3rd grade measurements question.
A little bit, Jeff.
Because it's got the math involved in it.
What if it's some measurement I don't know, you know?
Now, what was your major in school?
I was a computer science major.
Computer science. I would imagine there's a little math that goes with it.
Turns out, nobody told me, but it turns out there's a little math.
Nobody told you. And give a shout out to your alma mater.
I went to BYU.
BYU,
Go Cougars.
The Cougars. All right. Well, I'm sure they're very proud of you, though they may disown you if you miss the 3rd grade measurements question.
Oh boy, what are you thinking here?
I like science and measurements, so I'll probably...
You're okay with measurements? I gotta do it sometime, right?
Sure.
I'm gonna go with 3rd grade measurements.
3rd grade measurements, all right. All right, 3rd grade measurements. Ken, it is worth $100,000. The question is, Bryce is in a pie eating contest. If he eats 6 ounces of pie every minute, how many pounds of pie will he eat in 8 minutes? Bryce is in a pie eating contest. If he eats 6 ounces of pie every minute, how many pounds of pie will he eat in 8 minutes? Francesca has locked in her answer. You said before you picked it, this was the question that scared you. How you feeling now?
Feeling a little better because it's about pie. Everybody likes pie, right? But luckily, I know that there's 16 ounces in a pound. I have some vague memory of that from elementary school math. So 6 ounces of pie every minute. So that means in 8 minutes, that's going to be 8 times 6. That's 48 ounces of pie. So if you divide that by 16, you find out the breast's sort of a pig, actually. That's 3 full pounds of pie. I'm liking that answer, Jeff. I'm gonna lock in 3 pounds of pie.
Remember on the $50,000 question, I told you there was really no reason not to answer it because you wouldn't be given any money back.
Right.
It's not the case with the $100,000 question.
It's a lot of money to give back. That's $75,000 given back.
Yeah, there's a big swing here on this one. Bryce is in a pie eating contest. If he eats 6 ounces of pie every minute, how many pounds of pie will he eat in 8 minutes? You said he would eat 3 pounds of pie. Oh, Ken, take a look at the board. 3 pounds of pie, you got $100,000. 16 ounces in a pound. 6 ounces times 8 minutes is 48. 48 divided by 16 is 3. We're past measurements, kid.
All right.
We're past measurements.
That was a good feeling.
Hey, Dylan, your dad has already won $100,000. How do you want to spend that money? Think hard.
A playhouse.
A playhouse. All right, Dad, do I have a pledge from you? If we get this next one right, Dylan gets a playhouse out of the deal?
Yes, Dylan, you get
All right, Dylan,
you get a
playhouse. I negotiated that
It's a deal. Wow, you're mean.
for you. I'm his agent. And I'd like to have air conditioning and carpeting in there as well, kid. We're going to be playing for $175,000 when we come back.
Coming up on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Oh, boy.
Ken Jennings is on his way to becoming the all-time all-game show champion.
Thank you, Game Show.
Hey, man, how you feeling?
Call me crazy.
Like $1 million bucks?
I'm feeling really good.
Uh-oh. Don't touch that dial, America.
Watch lots of TV, kids.
It's all coming up next on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Our contestant, Ken Jennings, has already won $100,000. That's just peanuts compared to the $3 million you won on Jeopardy. Now, if you get this next one right, you will become the biggest money earner in TV game show history. We've got measurements out of the way. Which one do you like the most up there?
Probably earth science.
Earth science she likes. The fourth grade question.
I watch this show all the time, Jeff, and I don't know if I've ever gotten a U.S. history question wrong. I'm sort of a history buff, so maybe it's not Francesca's favorite, but I think I'm going to go U.S. history.
U.S. history.
Sorry.
All the way up to the fifth grade. Can you get this one right? You yourself are going to make history. The fifth grade U.S. history question worth $175,000 is: what Jamestown colony settler married Pocahontas in 1614? What Jamestown colony settler married Pocahontas in 1614? Francesca has locked in her answer.
Oh, boy. So, earth science? How about that earth science, Jen?
He wants to go back and take a look at the earth science question.
Okay. See, I always get these guys confused, because she had such a hot love life, There's a John Smith, I remember, and there's a John Rolfe. But which of those guys married her? So luckily, everything I know, I guess, comes from movies, and luckily, there is a Disney movie of this.
That's our research now.
Yeah, I've been working very hard researching Disney princesses since I have a 2-year-old girl at home. And I think in the movie it's John Smith. But again, I don't know if Disney cartoons should be my ultimate source here.
All right, let's talk strategy, because on Jeopardy, it's just you.
That's right.
We said earlier in the show, you have people here to help you. You have a peek on the board, or you could copy the answer if you're not sure. You have a save, which means if you're wrong, she's right, she can save you. Or you can walk away with $100,000.
It's true, if I peek, I have to
Just
answer.
32,000 shy of the all-time game show record.
That would be tough. That'd be like walking away, Jeff.
But you have an idea. I mean, you've got something in your mind here.
I'm pretty sure it's one of those two guys. John Smith, John Rolfe. My first instinct is John Smith. But what if that's just Disney leading me astray? Would they do that to me?
I know they're not happy if I leave the park with $1 in my pocket.
You know what? I'm not going to walk away here. I've decided I'm not going to walk. I'm going to give Brad a fighting shot at keeping his record. So I'm going I'm definitely not walking away here, but I think I'm going to start by peeking at Francesca's paper, and I'm going to lock that in.
All right. He cannot walk away now. What Jamestown colony settler married Pocahontas in 1614? Francesca said John Smith.
That's rough. That's rough because that was my first answer, too. Because I'd say right now I'm sort of like 75-25 Smith, you know? But if Francesca's anything like my daughter, she loves Disney princesses, you know? Smith or Rolf? You know what? When I lost on Jeopardy, it was because I bet too much. Like I bet too much on certain questions and ended up not knowing. So I think this time I'm going to be a little more conservative. Not going to do that again. Even though I think it's Smith, I'm going to say John Rolfe and lock it in and hope Francesca can save it.
Mindy, what do you think?
I think it's John Smith.
You think it's John Smith? Mindy, I hate to tell you this. It's not John Smith. But I didn't say it was John Roth either. The question, what Jamestown colony settler married Pocahontas in 1614? The correct answer is John Roth. Yeah! $175,000! We're going to be playing for $300,000 when we come back. You got the record! Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Our contestant, Ken Jennings, at least for the moment, is the largest winning game show contestant in history. Congratulations. I say for the moment, because if you flunk out of school, you will drop back down to 25,000, and Brad will be back in first place. You know right now somewhere Brad is watching this going, miss it, miss it, miss it. But you didn't. You got 175.
So far, so
Two
good.
subjects left on the board. Now, the last question cost you a cheat. It cost you your peak. You still have your copy and your save left. You are down to your last classmate to help you out. Come on up here, Jonathan.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
Oh, and Dylan, for the moment, you've got a playhouse. For the moment. That's good, huh? Let's hope Dad walks out of here with at least 175. There's two subjects on the board, a fourth grade earth science question, a fifth grade life science question. Which one do you like the most, Jonathan?
I like earth science.
Earth science, he likes the most.
That is a man after my own heart, because I like the easier questions better than the harder questions.
Yes.
So it's going to be earth science.
All right. Earth science. Now, on this show, you can drop out after seeing the question. Before we get to the $1 million question, you can drop out with the record in $175,000. Okay, I want to make that clear. The fourth grade earth science question worth $300,000 is this: what is the approximate diameter of the Earth in miles? 7,900, 14,300, or 27,200? What is the approximate diameter of the Earth in miles? Your classmate Jonathan has locked in his answer.
You are kidding me. That's what we like to see. Sounds like a smart kid. Okay, I don't know this one, Jeff. But I think I know how to figure it out. So, I don't know the diameter of the Earth, but I know like the circumference of the Earth, like the distance around the equator, is just under 25,000 miles. Thank you, game shows. I never learned that in a classroom. I learned that on a game show. But what I did learn from school is the circumference of the circle is twice times pi times the radius. And 2 times the radius is just the diameter. So if I take one of these answers and multiply it by pi, I should get 25,000 miles, right? I hope. And if I just said that right, and you know, I don't know what the odds of that are, then the answer is A, because pi is about 3. So just over 3 times just under 8,000 would be about 24,000. It would be about what I said the diameter of the Earth would be. So you know, math is not my strong point, Jeff. But if I just said all that right, then the answer is A.
Okay, let me remind you, Ken, right now, you hold the record. You miss this, you give the record back.
I do.
You also give $150,000 back.
That also hurts.
You have a copy left, you have a save left. Right now, you could drop out with 175 and the record.
You know, I forgot, I do have that save left. And Jonathan was just so quick with that answer. That was not the speed of a kid trying to figure it out like I did, or even a kid who's just like, what the heck, see, you know? That was a kid who knew his stuff, I hope. I gotta lock that in, Jeff. I'm feeling good. And I know Jonathan can still save me. I'm gonna say A, and I'm gonna lock that baby in.
Because you know Jonathan can save you. Let's see if Jonathan can save you. You said A, 7,900. Take a look at the board, Ken. A, Jonathan can't save you.
But I'm feeling good about that.
While he was up here, I went and sat at your desk. I wrote the right answer on his pad up there. The question is, what is the approximate diameter of the Earth in miles? You said 7,900. The correct answer is 7,900. You're $300,000.
Very nice.
300,000 is a lot of money.
It is.
You still have a copy left. You still have a save left. We are down to the last question. Listen carefully, because you can still walk away before you answer it. The 5th grade life science question worth $500,000 is this, Ken. There are 3 basic types of muscle tissue in the human body. Smooth and skeletal are 2 of them. What is the 3rd? There are 3 basic types of muscle tissue in the human body. Smooth and skeletal are 2 of them. What is the 3rd? Classmate Jonathan just locked in his answer. Now you're smiling. Is that a good smile or a nervous smile?
I think it's a good smile. I think I actually remember this from the 5th grade, believe it or not. I think the 3rd kind that's not smooth muscle like your stomach or skeletal muscle like, you know, like your biceps, I think is your heart. I think your heart's a totally different kind of muscle. So I'm pretty sure the answer here is cardiac muscle. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about cardiac muscle. But that's a lot of money to lose. But I'm feeling really good. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm feeling really good about cardiac muscle. I think I'm going to lock that in, Jeff. For $500K, it's cardiac muscle.
You're feeling really good. How are you feeling?
If he's feeling good, I'm feeling good.
All right, you still have your save in play. Let's see what Jonathan said. Rough.
I would be a lot happier if that said cardiac.
But it doesn't.
It doesn't.
And you do have your save.
I do.
Now, we'll tell you this. At least one of you is wrong. At least one of you is wrong. Rough is incorrect.
Can't save me.
Did you have anything else running through your mind besides cardiac?
From the beginning, that was all I got.
Ken, I am so sorry. We've had a great time here with you today. I know you didn't want to do this. We're going to be playing for $1 million when we come back! Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Our contestant, Ken Jennings, won over $3 million on Jeopardy! He's already won $500,000 here in one night. Ken, we are at the $1 million question. Let me tell you the difference. Your classmates can no longer help you. Your cheats on the board, kiss them goodbye. You may see the subject at no cost, but if you elect to see the question, you must answer the question.
Right.
Get it right, you walk out of here with $1 million. Get it wrong, you give back $475,000. And you give back the title of the winningest game show contestant of all time.
Tough crowd.
You ready to see the subject?
I think for me, it's all going to hinge on the subject. And I'm sort of hypnotized by those rotating dollar signs.
The $1 million subject is this, Ken. Social studies. What are you thinking?
It's pretty much worst case scenario, I think. So I watch your show, Jeff. I'm a big fan of your show.
Thank you, Ken. I'm flattered that you're...
Even before you paid for my kids' college. So I watch when you guys have $1 million questions. And sometimes I know them. And sometimes I don't. And social studies is like that. You know, it could just be anything. Sure, it could be something easy, but I could also be throwing away, what, $475,000 on...
You answer incorrectly, you give back $475 and the title.
And the title. And the playhouse for my son.
And the playhouse.
So I'm a bad dad.
Look at this face. Would you look at this face?
Look at that
Now, they're all yelling, do it, but let me give you a little piece of advice. Anytime we're at this point of the game, they yell, do it. Because
Yeah, how come they're not like, go home, open an IRA?
Yeah, nobody's yelling, open an IRA. You're exactly right, because if you're wrong, they're not giving any money back.
But you put the dollar signs back. No.
Bling, bling.
Must not obey the dollar sign.
I think you should do it.
Ken, we have only had one person win the $1 million so far. You could be the second. In all seriousness, it's a big moment.
Yes.
It's really a $500,000 swing either way.
It's a lot of money either way, you know?
A lot of money either way.
So it just comes down to how big of a wuss is Ken Jennings? You know? I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do, and I have a totally clean conscience about it. You know, I think there are some subjects today where I would have gone for it, heaven help me. But social studies is not one of them. I would hate myself in the morning.
It's a lot of money.
I think there's a pretty good chance that I might know it, but I'm okay with that. I would have a very bad day taking home $25,000 because of those dollar signs. I'm going to drop out of school, and I'm going to lock it in.
He dropped out of school.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Whew. I'm a wimp, I guess.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'd let everybody call me a wimp every day if I had $500,000 in my pocket. And you do have the title. You are the winningest game show contestant in history. Congratulations. You want to see what the question was? I mean, for giggles?
I can't say no. I gotta know. We gotta know, right? We gotta know.
Yeah, I got to see the question. Social studies was the subject. The question is, U.S. President John Adams was a member of what political party at the time of his election?
And I knew it.
And you knew it.
I think Adams hated Jefferson. Well, Adams and Jefferson were rivals. Jefferson was Democratic Republican, so therefore Adams has to be Federalist. I'm pretty sure I would have said Federalist.
Lock it in, just for giggles.
Hey, for no money.
For no money. Of course, everybody here wanted you to go for it. Most importantly, your wife said go for it. If you had listened to them, you would have had $1 million. You're right.
I'm okay with that.
But there's a lot of peace in knowing that.
I'm deeply at peace with.
Deeply at peace. You have $500,000. You have the title of the winningest game show contestant in history. Congratulations.
That is something. Thank you. Thank you.
And it gives me great pride that the winningest game show contestant in history has to look into the camera and say this.
I am Ken Jennings. I may have seemed pretty smart on Jeopardy, but apparently I am not smarter than a 5th grader.
We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.